Welcome to 1.9's Caravan Data video, where I tell you how much profit you can expect and the things that you could do to make profit with your caravans. I always tell people it is never good to run caravans while in a kingdom. Even if you aren't at war, you can still be at war against minor clans, which are a scourge of the land. Some things I ran and didn't provide any real change in profits, like spreading out caravans, starting them from high versus low prosperity towns, higher tiered troops, so you won't see data like that. Like in 1.8, the profits from caravans are still great, and I would say even better. As the economy changed, so did the profits. As the game goes on, and I will show you that today, profits will increase. There's always RNG involved, but I perform 200 runs for each test to try to take a little RNG out of the window, and I think it is a good sample size to get a decent range of what to expect. I have timestamps in case you need a specific subject or need to come back and check something again later. How I figure my data is I run 10 caravan leaders with all the same skills, send them out for 1 month to get established, then I run through them for 1 year. I do that 20 times for a total of 200 caravans and just divide it out to get the profits. So that is what you will hear, profits per caravan per day. So let's get started. Let's take a look at how much profit is made as the game progresses. All these party leaders have zero in every skill. From day one, I was making around 228 profit per caravan per day. Then at day 100, when the economy is starting to settle, all of those high price goods they purchased are hard to sell, and the average drops to 205. By day 200, this is when I say the economy is finally stabilized and profits jump to 250. Day 300, 306. Day 400, 340. Day 500, 425. Then by day 750, you start to see inflation come into play, which is what Tail World said should be about 50% for 10 to 15 years or 800 to 1200 days. At day 750, the profits soar to 535. And finally, at day 1000, they were averaging 621 profit per caravan per day. So once you get through that initial 200 days, your profits will slowly increase, making you good money. And remember, these leaders had no skills at all. Now let's look at skills, and we'll really only focus on three of them. For these tests, we will use day 200 since that is the earliest in the game. I think the economy is stable enough for good data. Once again, I sent them out for 30 days to get established, and then I ran 200 caravans for a year. For the first test, I gave them 100 riding, and people asked why riding, and that is for two perks. The 75 perk gives increased speed, but don't be fooled by the other perk that lowers horse prices, as it's another one of Terra World's 2% perks. The other at 100 once again increases party speed, making them go faster so they can trade more. And they were able to average 265, which is 6% higher than the ones with no skills. I then used leaders that only had 100 scouting. And once again, for faster travel, for the 25 perk Day Traveler, 50 perk Pathfinder, and I chose Desert Born as you won't have enough infantry for Forestkin, and Unburdened as I don't think they get 75 morale running as a caravan leader. And they were able to average 284, which is 13% higher than the ones with no skill. Then I gave them only 100 trade, choosing Wholesaler for goods, Caravan Master for the weight, Local Connections for animal prices, and the last perk really doesn't matter. And they were able to average 300, which is 20% higher. Then I ramped the trade to 200, with the 125 and 150 perks not really making a difference, but 175 taking insurance plans to decrease the barter penalty to buy food items, and at 200, granary accountant for a decrease in the selling price of food goods. And they were able to make 350 a day, or 40% higher than the ones that had no skill. For my last test, which I like the most, I give all companions just 50 in every skill, which I feel is an average starting companion. And when I ran them, they averaged 360 a day, or 44% higher than the ones with no skills. So skills are very valuable, and medicine and tactics can help, but I would focus on trade first and then some scouting and riding. Now for survivability. I ran caravan leaders with no skills for 2 years to see how many would survive, as 2 years is what Tailworld says the average a caravan should last. And on day 200, 99% survived for 2 years. On day 500, 97% survived. Day 750, 97% survived. And shockingly, on day 1000, 99% survived, which is crazy. But I felt since 1.8, we've seen less bandits in the world, which might help that out. But those are amazing survivability rates. For my last test that I love to run, which I call net profit, I give all companions 50 skills. I send them out for 2 years, and if they get captured, I leave them alone. I take all the profits, subtract the initial starting cost of 15,000 to get what I call is the net profit they make per day for 2 years. Kind of how you would factor in how much it costs to get your money back with workshops. And after all expenses, the caravans were able to get a net profit of 212 per caravan per day. That is about the same as a workshop, but your caravan leaders are gaining skills in the process, making caravans extremely profitable if done right. And remember, as time goes on, they will make even more, as this was only done at day 200. In conclusion, expect low profits early. From day 200 on, expect the profits to slowly rise. Focus on trade first, then some scouting and riding. If possible, mix in some tactics and maybe a point into medicine to help out. Caravans aren't for everyone, but if you play your cards right as a trader, you can make great money with them in 1.9. If you have any questions, just let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you want to know exactly how I make profit with workshops in 4 easy steps, check out this video. Until next time, my friends, take care and thanks for watching.